going to show you how to travel for free. This is me 3 years ago. I had just graduated from law school and I spent a whole month in Italy. I was hosted by a local family, went to Italian lessons every day, ate lots of pizza and pasta and ice cream, and I got to travel all over the country. All that at no cost. How is this possible? By becoming an au pair. An au pair is a young person, usually in their 20s, who travels to a foreign country to live with a host family and support them with childcare in exchange for accommodation and a bit of pocket money. It's a cultural exchange. For the host family, benefits look like childcare, light housework, and enrichment for the kids through exposure to a different culture and language. And for the au pair, there are also so many benefits, and it's a very unique experience for everyone since every family is different. That being said, let me introduce you to my Italian family. This is Valentina, aka La Vale. She loves celery.
I love celery.
Then you have La Mamma, Federica, the devoted mother who makes delicious food. Next we have Il Papa, Fabio, a reserved man yet super funny once you get to know him. And obviously we can't forget El Gatto. We renamed it to be a bit more culturally fitting, but you can tell he's Italian because this guy loves to eat. Oh, and then there's also the family friends. This is Valentina's best friend, Giulia. I call her the Italian Hermione, and she's a very important person. You'll see very soon why. So, I have come to Milano, and my mission today is twofold. Number one, I'm going to tell you about my au pair experience and how I was able to live with a host family and travel all over Italy for free. And my second mission, which is why I'm in this beautiful train station here, Milano Centrale, and that's what I'm really excited about today, is I'm actually going to be surprising my Italian host family that I haven't seen in over 3 years. And they have no idea that I'm coming. To get to La Spezia, the small seaside city where my host family lives, I have to take a train. Italy is very well connected, but sometimes you have to make a lot of changes, and at first it can be a bit confusing and stressful. I have about 30 minutes now before my next train, and part of me wants to just go and sit down somewhere and do some work because I have a lot of work to do, but at the same time I feel like I have to be on high alert all the time in case my platform changes and I need to run to the other side of the station. It's nice to be back in Italy though. About how colorful the buildings were. It's such a big difference. I get on the next train that takes me down the coast, try to do some work, then get off, up the stairs to the platform, and onto the final train of the journey. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. What if they're not at home? Are you just gonna show up like that? See, this is where Giulia comes in, Valentina's friend. I have been in contact with her and planning everything to make sure that Valentina's actually free and available today and tomorrow. And actually her dad, Francesco, is gonna be picking me up at the station. So I'm super, super excited. Gosh, these tunnels are so long. Did you know that there's so many tunnels in Italy? I finally arrive at my destination and get off the train. Oh my god, I can see her. That's his car. Ciao, Francesco. How are you? How are you?
Nessuno sa che tu ci sei, surprise.
Together we drive to the school to pick up his daughter Giulia. So what's the plan now? What does she think you're doing today?
I'm going to her house, totally random. So she doesn't know.
Okay. And then we all drive towards her house. This is bringing back so many memories because I used to go up here and go up and down this road every single day. Okay. Arrived at the house and we're just gonna go, right?
Yes. Let's go.
They're arguing, just like old times.
Exactly.
Oh, I need to catch my breath. Ring the bell.
Ciao.
Ciao.
No! Non è possibile! Where's that bathroom?
Hi guys. Just had a really nice evening, just catching up and having dinner together. This is the situation right now. We're on the terrace. The sun is setting behind us over La Spezia, and we're trying to take pictures because we're professionals. We're using the chair on top of the table. Oh, my eyes are closed. My eyes are closed. Of course. Federica, what are you making?
Pizza.
Yeah?
You want to see?
Yeah, show me.
Think
peccato che non si sente l'odore.
Wow.
Profumino.
It smells good. Yeah. Homemade pizza time. Penso che sarà buona.
Penso che sia buona.
Sia buona.
Sì.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Is it hot?
Anche l'altra mandata,
It's hot. But it's really good. Thank you so much. So good. No, but she actually, like, we're laughing, but she actually loves celery, like, so much. Do you eat it every day?
Yeah.
Every single day she eats celery. I'm very excited for tomorrow though, because I'm basically just gonna do what I used to do every day and show you what the benefits are of being an au pair. Also gonna go on a little adventure tomorrow afternoon, and I can't wait. I will see you tomorrow. Good night. So this is exactly what my mornings look like. I would wake up. Sometimes I would go down to school directly with Valentina and drop her off at school with her dad. Ciao, Fede.
Ciao. Ciao Florence, ciao tesoro.
Sometimes I would wake up a little bit earlier and try to grab the bus that comes here at the bus station where there's usually no one, but sometimes there's like an old lady that also used to come. I don't know if she's gonna come today. I'm having weird like deja vu or flashbacks of that time of my life because it was my life. Like every single day for a whole month, this was my life. So it's super surreal to relive that. I was right, you guys, the old lady is back. Il bus tutti i giorni?
Tutti i giorni, sì.
Sì?
Sì. Fare la spesa, fare farmacia, tutte le cose che dobbiamo fare.
Sì.
Ciao, ciao.
Posso prendere
Non vendiamo il biglietto a bordo, se mi dispiace. Alla Spezia poi lo compri, va bene?
Okay.
What I love about little towns like this is that if you want to have news of what's happening, you don't need to get a newspaper, you just need to get on the local bus in the morning, because this is where it's at. Everyone is just talking and gossiping and updating each other on what happened yesterday, and I don't always understand everything that they say, but sometimes I get a little snippets here and there and it's just so funny to watch.
Dove casa?
Germania.
Francia, India, Germania. Sei un minestrone sei.
And you just wouldn't get this kind of experience if you're just traveling through Italy or here as a tourist. I get to really live like a local and it's so fun. Grazie.
Ciao.
Bye-bye. Ciao. Ciao. That man was so nice on the bus. And see, this is what I mean. Like, it really is an exchange, you know? You become part of the community and you can impact them, and they are as happy to talk to someone new as I am. So I found my host family through a website called AuPair World, and it's really simple to use. You just sign up, create a profile, and then you can start browsing in lots of different countries. When you find a family that you like, then you can message them, or they can even message you. I asked a lot of different questions and then got on a couple phone calls just to see if it's a match, and then you go from there. So when it came to actually choosing my family, it was kind of overwhelming, honestly, because I had a lot of choices. And I guess everyone has different intentions, but I was looking for specific criteria. Number one was a short stay, because usually you become an au pair for like 3 to 6 months, if not a year, which is understandable because you're getting used to a new family and the kids. But I wanted something shorter, and Valentina's family was looking for someone for just a month. So that was perfect for me. Another criteria was to go to a small city. I didn't want to go to a big tourist hotspot like Rome or Milan, because I knew that the likelihood of people speaking English there was a lot higher. And for me, a big factor is the cultural exchange and learning the language. And here in this city, barely any of the locals speak English, so it really pushes me to practice my Italian. And not only do I get to practice with people that I see on a day-to-day basis, but normally the host family also signs you up to a language course, which is what I got. So every single morning, I would start the day with Italian lessons, and that was really fun. There's someone playing the piano. It's very beautiful, but I hope you can still hear me. Every morning after my lessons, I would go to a cafe, and I got to try so many different coffee shops in the city. I like to pin all the places that I go to on my maps so that I can look back and I can revisit them if necessary. So it's coming in really, really handy right now. But this behind me is Biolino, and that was my favorite coffee shop that I found. Wow, that guy is playing so nicely. I came here every single day to the point where the staff knew my order. And these mornings were so important to me because I was on my gap year, so I was still figuring out what I wanted to do. And I was working a little bit to make some extra money as a freelancer. So yeah, that was a really big perk of being an au pair, is having a lot of free time. Obviously it depends on the family that you're with, but I had so much free time and that was really good for me because I had a lot of time to do other things.
€2,90.
Okay. Come say hi. Hi! The staff here is so friendly. I love it. Okay, I've left the cafe now and I am walking because every single day around noon-ish I would go and pick up Valentina from school. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today as well. It's weird though because when I was here 3 years ago she was still in middle school, but now I'm going to her high school. I love it though because this is such a small city, so everything's just like a 10-minute walk. So while I had a bit of a routine every morning, my afternoons look different day to day. Once I picked up Valentina, sometimes we would go to a restaurant, just the two of us, to practice our English. But most days we would just go home and have lunch there, and once she's done with her homework, we would do all kinds of activities like baking or playing chess and just go explore places outside. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing today as well, with Julia and also Valentina. No. With Valentina and also with Julia. She's coming as well. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. We head over to the station and get on a train ride to Cinque, which is just a short train ride from La Spezia. And this little journey brings back so many memories from my last time here with Valentina. Where are we? So nice.
I do a TikTok now.
Woo! We just got to Monte Rosso, one of the 5 lands, one of the Cinque Terre. Actually, Valentina and I came here 3 years ago, but I didn't get to come to this one because we didn't have enough time. So I'm excited to visit Monte Rosso today. We're walking along the beach. It's so empty, there's barely anyone.
In the summer there are so many people. The beach is like full.
Really?
People.
It might be November and it might be super cold, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're still gonna go for a swim.
It's fine. It's just water. It's fine. It's just water. Yeah, just water. Come on. Woo!
So fun. It's the end of the day, the sun is setting, the girls are over there somewhere taking photos. Ah, what a fun day. You know, being an au pair is honestly one of the most enriching experiences I've ever had. And I'm not just talking about learning about a new culture and a new language. I'm talking about personal development as well. You learn so much just from living with a different family. I would have never had the opportunity to live with another family and learn how other families live, you know, and that's also such a cool thing. So I really recommend it. It really allowed me to come to places like this, you know, to just go for a swim on a random November day. I also got to visit so many other places in Italy because every week I had an allowance of 70 euros. It's not that much, but honestly, you don't really need that much more because my food and my accommodation was already taken care of. So on my day off, I would just take a train to another city and just explore by myself. So I visited so many Italian cities: Firenze, Pisa, Siena, Bologna, Milano, all by myself. And it was so fun because I got to meet so many new people, whether it's Italians or even other travelers. And I made so many good memories that way, really. Hi! Hola! Esta es mi amiga. Dulce. Today's my last day and we watched this beautiful sun. Oh! It's also so weird to be able to look back at where I was in life 3 years ago versus now, because 3 years ago I had no clue what I was doing with my life. I remember I was taking videos and I vlogged a little bit of my trip, but I was still so camera shy and I was still mostly behind the camera and didn't really film myself. And this is terrifying, but I'm doing it. I'm making eye contact with so many people, but it's okay. And I'm so happy because making this my job, it wasn't even an option for me. I didn't even consider it as an option, you know. For me it was a hobby. I didn't even think that it could potentially become a job, and now I'm making a video about that experience as a part of my job, and that is really cool. That's the problem with all these shots is that you have to go back and get the camera after. So if you are on a gap year or in your 20s, I really recommend becoming an au pair and trying it out if you're looking for something new. In my opinion, it's one of the best ways to travel when you're young because you're not just a simple tourist. Also, if you're not in your 20s, you should really consider inviting an au pair into your family because if you have children, it's a super enriching experience for them, and it's also a way for you to travel without really moving because you're inviting someone from a different country, from a different culture into your home. So it's really a win-win. After all, I was a stranger too, you know? They trusted me. They let me into their lives and they welcomed me into their home. And now it's kind of like I'm part of the family. Valentina, I'm gonna ask you a question. How do you feel today?
Happy.
Explain why.
Because Florence came,
exactly.
Came, okay,
Yeah.
here, and I don't see Florence since 2 years. No, 3 years.
Yeah. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
I'm so happy we got to do this.
A little cold.
Yeah, a little cold, huh?
Like everybody was in another universe.
Yeah. Yeah, do you remember the first time you met me?
At the restaurant.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
The band and the member of the band that looks like Shaggy.
Oh my god, that is so true. My god, I forgot about that. Okay, so the first night that we met Julia, Valentina's family and Julia's family, we went to a restaurant and the and the singer, he looked like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And it was just so funny. That's him. Yeah. My god, you guys were so tiny. This was 3 years ago. You guys were so tiny. Oh my god, that's so cute.
13.
Yeah, you were 13. Yeah, you guys were 13. We took these pictures on our last day. We just like went for a walk and went to the top of this beautiful castle and it was so scenic and stuff, so we just took pictures.